Hey y'all, Shonda here, and welcome to the Healing Lifestyle Podcast. I am your host, Shonda Domingo Brown, ancestral medium and movement healer. And in this podcast, I'm bringing y'all everything healing while navigating motherhood, family, entrepreneurship, and all the daily life livings. So, y'all, today's episode, I want to share a ancestral and just spirit download that has been coming through in a lot of readings, coming through in a lot of sessions that I want to share with everyone, especially the women, especially my ladies out there. What spirit has been sharing with me and what has been coming through is that with everything that's going on in the political world, with everything that's just going on in the world in general as well, this is an opportunity and this is a time for women to step into their personal power. This is a time for us to step into our bigness. This is a time where we can give ourselves the permission to follow our dreams and still raise our family, to follow our dreams and still start the business, to follow our dreams and show ourselves what we are truly capable of, to lean into community, to accept help, and to stand powerful alongside each other throughout that entire process. What I'm hearing for women that it's time for us to really get out of competition mode, out of comparison mode, and that it is time for us to focus on ourselves as individual when it comes to our authenticity, when it comes to our purpose, and when it comes to our healing and while we're here on earth. And what Spirit is saying is that, listen, when you take a moment to focus on yourself, and we don't mean, Spirit saying, we don't mean just, go get your hair done, go get your nails done. That's self-care. That is not self-love. And we have really misconstrued self-care with self-love. Yes, that is a way you can demonstrate love for yourself, but the type of love that Spirit is talking about, it's time for women to start learning, for us to start learning how to unconditionally love ourselves. And the way that we need to do that is by tapping into the divine source, the God source that is down on the inside of us. What does that mean and what does that look like, right? That means sitting still in meditation and really getting clear on what we want out of life. It's not sitting down and waiting for somebody else to tell us what to do. That's the whole point. Spirit's like, this is about you getting clear on what you want. You feeling in your heart what you are being led to do and knowing that you have the power to do it. Knowing that you have the power to be able to ask for it and that you'll actually receive it. But the only way to really know that that's even possible for you, the only way to really even know that that's an option for you is if you slow down enough to go within. Slow down enough to know what your own intuitive voice sounds like. Slow down enough to really form a relationship with your body rather than resenting your body for how it looks, rather than resenting your body because it's not pushing through and getting you through your burnout, but rather having a relationship with your body, accepting your body, appreciating your body for everything that it's gotten you through, whether it's birthing kids or surviving cancer. Your body got you through that. It's time to form a deeper relationship with your body, your mind, your spirit, and our purpose. What that's going to do is it's going to force us to face some things. It's going to force us to sit with the things that we still need to work on. It's going to force us to face some things that we may not care for about ourselves, but we have the option to heal it. Whatever comes up, we got the option to move it out of our bodies. Whatever comes up, we got the option to go get the crystals, to go get the herbs, to call in our ancestors, go get the sound bowl, do whatever you got to do. Choose whatever tool you got to choose that has that God energy. Go get the Reiki to move it out of your body. Because we have to unblock all of these things that's keeping us disconnected from ourselves. It's keeping us disconnected from our emotions. It's keeping us disconnected from our heart and our desire. Our inner voice and our authenticity is waiting to come out. It's waiting to come out. So if you're in a space right now where you're feeling led to start the nonprofit, you're feeling led to write the book, you're just feeling led to get creative, you're feeling led to almost like to lead unapologetically, you're getting tired of people pleasing, you're getting tired of worrying about everybody else and their needs or just what everybody else is going to think. That's on purpose. You're feeling that on purpose because Spirit wants all of us to heal that wound so we can step into our power. So we can step into our power because the feminine energy is on the rise. And the feminine energy, it's our time. It's our time, point blank, period. But if we're not tapped into our authenticity, if we're not tapped into our personal power, we're not going to be able to handle any passive aggressiveness, any, I call it temper tantrums, right? Or resistance from the masculine energy or just other energies that aren't ready to really step into that. If you're not 10 toes down, right, into being on a journey of figuring out who you are unapologetically, following your heart unapologetically, you're going to be too easily swayed and you're going to give your power away. And you're too amazing to allow for that to happen. You're too amazing to allow for that to happen. So Spirit is saying it's time for us to step into our bigness. It's time for us to step into our personal power. It's time for us to spread our wings. So some of the things that is going to assist us on this journey. Oh, I know it's real because my whole solar chakra, all my core is starting to cramp up a little bit as I talk about this. I know like real life. So one of the things I want to share with you guys is the tools that you can be able to do that. So the first thing is through movement. So if you're someone that you exercise, you go for walks, whatever that is, and make your intention about I'm ready to step into my power. I'm ready to claim my bigness. Even if you don't know what to think or ask for, I'm ready to step into my power. I'm ready to claim my bigness. Let that be your new narrative. Every time you're like, I don't know if I can do it. Every time you find yourself comparing yourself to somebody else, flip the phone over, shut down the laptop, and just say out loud, I'm ready to step into my bigness. I'm ready to claim my power. It doesn't make you better than anybody else, and it's not a competition. It's about you connecting to the power down on the inside of you so that you are able to stand next to another woman who is in her divine energy, and it's teamwork make the dream work. It's not comparison. It's not competing. It's family, collective consciousness to serve the earth and to elevate each other. So when you're working out and when you're moving, add that core, add those Russian twists, add those V-ups, add that plank in there. I said it, add the plank in there. When you're on your walk, engage your core, breathe through it. And you can just keep saying to yourself, I claim my power. I'm ready to step into my bigness. And just breathe through it. And then pay attention to what thoughts start to come up when you do that. Pay attention to any doubts or fears, any things or any phrases that people used to tell you about you, any conversations. You might have a lot of guilt come up. That's been happening for me. I've been having a lot of guilt come up where I feel like I've hurt so many people. I've pushed so many people away. I've been so manipulative and insecure, and I've ruined so many relationships and friendships. Who am I to want to now be big? Who am I to now want to step into some kind of power? Who the hell do I think I am? I got work to do. And what Spirit said was, that's the whole point of your healing, baby. Those relationships came in so you could heal. Don't take it so personal. They came in so you could heal. They came in so you could get to the exact moment that you are in right now, and that is stepping into your bigness. Because now you know, because now you got the lessons. Now you know what you needed to heal. Let the guilt and the shame go. Don't let that guilt and that shame block you from your purpose. Don't let that guilt and that shame block you from doing what you came here on this earth to do. The guilt and the shame is there to show you what you still need to heal. Nothing more, nothing less. Don't go that deep into it. Heal the wound. Don't let your guilt and your shame paralyze you from stepping into your purpose. Don't do that. You're still gifted. You're still talented. You're still deserving, and you're still worthy. You're still gifted. You're still talented. You're still deserving. You're still worthy. Point blank, period. So when you do that movement, Breathe and exhale out any thoughts that come up that's tied to your guilt, any thoughts that come up that's tied to your shame. Breathe it out. Breathe it out and then remind yourself of why you're moving. I'm claiming my bigness. I'm ready to step into my power. And if you, for my crystal people out there, crystals that is really, really crucial right now for us to be doing our crystal healing with, for us to be doing our meditations with, tiger's eye. Tiger's eye is great right now for courage, for tenacity, literally for stepping into our power. Literally think about a tiger, right? You place it on your core, place it on your stomach with that intention, because you got to give your crystals an assignment, right? Your crystals are like think about if you got hired for a job, you got all the qualifications to do the job, right? You got all the qualifications to do the job, but then you get on the job and they're like, so happy to have you here. And then they walk out the office. You don't know what you're supposed to be doing. You ain't got your new email or login. You ain't got no clue. That's how our crystals are when we get them. We still got to set an intention, even though they're qualified to do the job, even though they have the specific DNA to give us the healing that we need. You're going to be more effective on that job if you know exactly how your skills need to be applied. That's the same thing like when we're working with our crystals. So tiger's eye, set that intention with your crystals. That tiger's eye is great for that courage. Pyrite. I call pyrite the Beyonce of crystals because pyrite's like fool's gold. She's all shiny and all the things. And pyrite gives you that boom. Pyrite gives you that, it gives you that Beyonce oomph. Okay? Pyrite gives you that confidence. It gives you that, I even want to say like that glow. It gives you that star power. It gives you that star power. It awakens and heals that star power within you. Okay. Orange calcite is another good one. That's good for your solar chakra, which is your core, and your sacral chakra, which is about 3 inches below your navel. Your sacral chakra is where you have your creativity and your joy and your emotions. All of that's still going to be important, y'all. Yes, personal power, but we still got to heal any emotional instability or any just straight up disconnect. If you're a person that feel like you can't feel nothing because you're so much into survival mode, get that orange calcite to start waking up everything. Carnelian is another great crystal for that. All right. Especially for that sacral. Amber, that's another one I've been using. All right. Amber it gives you that warmth. It gives you that tapping into that creativity, that sensuality, and that warmth to really wake up that love and that power down on the inside of you. And then also, sunstone is another great one. Think about that, getting that energy, that vitality, and that power of the sun. And sunstone comes in ranges. You can get like peach sunstone. There's all kinds of versions of sunstone that you can get to add into that. The last one that I want to share with you guys for personal power that I've been using, thank you, is Ruby. Hey girl, hey. Ruby is just like that. She's shiny, right? She's powerful, right? She exudes that, or it, right, exudes that power. But yet, Ruby has that. When you look at a Ruby, it's powerful without doing the most. It's powerful without having to have all of these edges and characteristics. That Ruby brings that out of you. It heals that part of you so it can come alive. All right. So when you're meditating with your crystals, you can lay them on your solar chakra, lay them on your sacral chakra, breathe into it, right? You can play frequency music. You can just lay there and breathe. Give those crystals that intention, though. That's going to make it more, your healing more powerful. Give them crystals that intention. Don't play around with that. Give them that intention and let that power kick in. You can also put your crystals in a bath. Draw you some bath water. Give your crystals that intention and let them charge your bath water. And then take you a good bath for 20 to 30 minutes with that intention. You can play you some frequency music. Maybe just get you an inspiring playlist. I'm going to put the link to I made a solar chakra healing movement playlist. I'll put that in the show notes too. But make that moment, especially if you're doing a bath, right? Make that moment intentional. Get you like an amber or a vanilla candle. Like set up your mood for empowerment. So that's what you can do with your crystals. All right. Next is herbs. Borage is a herb that's great for courage, right? It's super great for courage. Super, super duper 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 great for courage. You can also think of herbs that just are like the sun, that are powerful, and herbs that are giving you that power. I also hear, thank you, Spirit. I'm hearing like lavender and chamomile and rose and calendula. And I know people think of those as subtle herbs and softer herbs, and they are that. But they are still powerful. They do still promote beauty. They do still promote tapping into your divine feminine essence while still being strong, while still having a certain strength about yourself. So whether it's chamomile tea, whether you got some lavender tea, all right, you put a little honey in there. You can also use those herbs in your bath with that same intention, especially rose. When you think of a rose and it has that thorn on it, right? The thorns is for protection, but the rose is still pretty, right? The rose still shows up. People still want it. They still want to smell it, but they know not to play with it either because of those thorns, right? It's the same thing when we are working with those herbs. Those characteristics are the medicine of those herbs. It's the healing of those herbs that we are asking for. All right. So it's time, y'all, to step into our bigness. It's time for us to step into our personal power. And this is time. Even when it's scary, even when you're fearful, even when you're thinking, who am I? What am I to do? When you might feel confident one moment and then it feels fleeting, all you got to do is just shift your energy, come right back home to yourself. Breathe through those doubts, breathe through those insecurities, address them within yourself, go do the healing, go do the movement, go get your crystals, go take your bath. Shift your energy and make the post. Shift your energy and write the next chapter. Shift your energy and declutter your house. Shift your energy and ask for that promotion. Shift your energy and communicate to your partner your feelings. Shift your energy, do the healing, but then you have to do the action. That's the other thing I've been getting. Right? I've been sitting here doing all this healing, writing in my journal, moving my body, laying with my crystals, but I wasn't putting any action. I wasn't putting any action. I had filmed 12 podcast episodes, y'all, and didn't tell a soul. I filmed 12 podcast episodes. I ain't tell nobody. We have to put the action behind it. It still requires our participation. Doing the healing work is just a part of it. Our participation is still required. Our actions are still required. We still got to show up. You got to show up like it's already happened. You have to speak to yourself like it's already happened. You still have to stay consistent with your self-loving disciplines of giving yourself that new narrative, writing in your journal, being patient, taking care of yourself, taking a break when you need to, listening to your body. All of that is a discipline, y'all. It ain't easy. But it's a self-loving discipline that brings us closer to our purpose, that brings us closer to our peace of mind, our inner peace, and brings us closer to our inner freedom. And it is time. The earth is shifting. The world is shifting to become a higher vibrational place where the feminine energy can come alive and it can take over and it can lead and it can lead in a way that is nourishing. It can lead in a way that is nurturing and still lead in a way that's powerful. So stepping into our bigness don't mean we got to start doing the most. It means we got to start getting back, coming home to ourselves, getting back into our purpose without feeling like we got to prove it. Getting back into our purpose without feeling like we have to people please and try to live in our purpose. No, coming home to ourselves, knowing what our calling here on this earth, serving the collective, and doing our healing. That's it. Because when we get into that, I know it might sound like a lot, y'all, but when we get into that, we can have fun when we do it. We can make it fun. That's the power of divine feminine energy and letting it be big. We get to make it fun. We get to curate it. We get to do this thing, but we have to do the work. And I know it's not always easy. And I know that sometimes if you want to quit, trust me, I've been there. I still be getting there sometimes. But I promise you on the other side of that peace of mind, that freedom, and when you start to see the changes in yourself with how you respond to life, with how you respond to people, with how you respond to your self-worth and your self-respect, it becomes worth it. And then you want more. It becomes worth it. And then you want to keep going. And the world is shifting right now to become an environment where all of that will be fostered down on the inside of us, but it needs our participation. It needs our healing. And so we have work to do. So I'm encouraging everyone, and I hope that this resonated with you. I'm speaking into your life that you step into your power. I'm speaking into your life that you welcome your bigness. I'm speaking into your life that you allow for your light to shine, because your light is unique to your existence. It's unique to your DNA. I don't care how many people in your industry is doing what you're doing. They can't do it like you. That's the key to your authenticity. Your authenticity is your niche. Your authenticity is what makes you special. And the more we tap into that, the more we learn about what that is and who that is down on the inside of us. It's okay if you feel like a blank canvas. You get to learn. You get to learn who you are now. You get to learn who you are without the trauma, without the wounds, as it all comes unraveled and as it all unfolds. You get to learn who you are and let it be fun. See what you like and what you don't like, who you like and who you don't like. Let yourself come alive. It's time. It's time. It's time, and you got this. It's time, and we got this. I'm going to also include in the show notes a solar chakra meditation for y'all, too. I'll put all the things in the show notes, y'all. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you for listening to the Healing Lifestyle Podcast. I'm sending you so much love and so much light. Happy healing, and keep going. I'll talk to y'all next time.